Your constitution and laws prescribe avenues in due process for all those who have grievances with regards to any aspect of elections. And that enables the litigants, those who are complainants, to go and make use of these avenues for the purpose of seeking redress and relief. As you know, a number of political parties, in their own wisdom, concluded that the first round of elections was coupled with massive irregularities, and there were plenty of mismanagement and flaws in the first round of elections. Therefore, they complained to the National Elections Commission with regards to the integrity and credibility of the first round. And according to the law, the first stage of litigation is the hearing officers level of the National Elections Commission. During the described period of time, the parties made their case before the hearing officer, and after having received the verdict, the ruling of the hearing officer, and after having seen that they are not satisfied with the outcome, they appealed to the Board of Commissioners of the National Elections Commission, which is the second appellate level of complaint, and they had the opportunity to explain their position, produce their evidence, and try to argue their case in favor of a revisit of the first elections, or in one particular case, further improvement of the quality of elections if there is going to be a runoff. The Board of Commissioners also confirmed and affirmed the position of the hearing officer, declining the petition of the complainants, and that forced the litigants to appeal to the Supreme Court in order to seek redress at the highest level of judiciary in Liberia. And as you know, the Constitution of Liberia appoints the Supreme Court of Liberia as the ultimate authority to make decisions that cannot be appealed anymore. As we speak today, the Supreme Court of Liberia is hearing the case of the litigants. They will also give the opportunity to the National Elections Commission to provide their re-argument and rebuttal, and hopefully within a reasonable period of time they would take the decision on the basis of the evidence that's before them and in the best interest of the country. As you know, the ultimate objective of all of these processes is to ensure that the will of the Liberian people would have will be respected and will be the ultimate choice for the leadership of the country. Thank you.
I fully subscribe to all what SRSG Zarif has said regarding the elections. The only aspect of it that I want to comment on is the peaceful nature of that process. And that's because my mandate in West Africa and Sahel is to work for conflict prevention, for the maintenance of peace and security in the region, exercising the good offices of Secretary General in the region. As far as the Liberian elections are concerned, and thanks to my colleague who invited me to be here during that first round, we were very impressed about the peaceful nature of the process. Of course, even leading up to the elections, there was hardly anything to report about regarding any violence associated with it. So in that regard, there are exemplary elections in the region, and we hope that other countries can take cue from it, that elections are not about street fights or violence or loss of human life. And up to now, in the post-election period, all have resorted to legal means to redress their grievances, and that's the way it should be. So we want to commend all Liberian stakeholders for this exemplary behavior, especially political leaders and their followers, the youth, who sometimes are agents for violence and other untoward behavior during the elections. In other countries, we have witnessed this. But so far in Liberia, everybody has exercised restraint. That's the way it should be. And I think Liberians ought to be proud of themselves for this exemplary conduct, which will inspire many others in West Africa. As you know, many countries will be holding elections. And if they see how Liberians have conducted themselves, I'm sure that would send a very good and strong message that we are capable in West Africa of conducting peaceful, incredible elections. Thank you.
If I may add just a word to what Dr. Chambers just stated, I'd like to compliment and warmly thank the media also for the role that they've been playing. Some of you have been participants in my regular and frequent meetings in the course of which we have discussed the responsibility of the media, their social responsibility towards educating the people, informing them, and at the same time making sure that the precious peace that Liberians enjoy will be preserved. And I must admit that the media played a very, very important role in making sure that violence is completely ruled out by their repeated calls through their editorials and through their commentary on all political parties, but also on all segments of the society, that for the sake of democracy, for the sake of peace, everybody must abide by the laws of the country and remain peaceful and non-violent. So thank you very much for the role that you have played so far, and I hope this will continue in the future.
Okay.
Thank you very much. And after the last word for the state broadcaster, there are words of caution and advice. Or maybe warning. If my interpretation is correct, then may I ask whether there are fears that should these processes ongoing now, the legal processes, go beyond the constitutional limitations? What fears do you have? Should the court come down with a ruling that will say there should be a rerun? Are there fears also? My second point of concern is you talk about parties that are actually raising issues to do these issues in good faith. I am of the conviction that UNMIL and other international partners have been following the processes very religiously. Do you sense bad faith in these legal processes by the legal parties? And the final one is, how would you respond to critics who would term your statement as an interference into the local politics? Thank you.
No, first of all, there are some hypothetical scenarios that you have raised. You will understand that in this kind of situation, it's better to avoid speculation and get into hypothetical context. So, but regarding our statement, it is one of support to the electoral process, which has remained within legal and constitutional bounds. We have just commended all stakeholders, particular political leaders who have demonstrated ability to pursue all of this in a very peaceful manner, and also the supporters, the media. You have played a very positive role, constructive role. You should continue to do so. Every country is guided by its constitution, which is the fundamental law of the land in each country. They set time limits for things, especially mandates of government, and it's just prudent that as we exercise due process and respect for rule of law, we'll be mindful also of timelines set within the Constitution. That's part of respecting the Constitution and building democracy. So, as we are all interested in this young, fledgling democracy in Liberia to continue to make progress, we, from time to time, in our effort to prevent worst-case scenarios, must remind of important timelines set within the Constitution for doing things. So we can only remain very optimistic and have a good and solid perspective for this country and expect that things will be done within constitutional bounds. And that's all that we're expressing in our statements. Emphasizing, of course, a very positive aspect of this whole process, that it has remained very peaceful and within legal and constitutional bounds. Thank you.
Just to add a little bit of additional flavor to the full and convincing answer provided by Dr. Chambers. The four issues that were raised, whether we are concerned and worried that there would be a situation that would be unwelcome. If we were to be guided by the trend so far, I would say there is no reason for us to be worried. For the first time, Liberians who had grievances against a very important political process have not taken to the streets, have not started hurling rocks at government buildings, have not engaged in fistfights in the streets, and engaging in violent demonstrations against one another or against the rule of law actors. They have also been behaving appropriately in their public discourse. While expressing disagreement with one another, they have avoided, by and large, slandering one another, using inappropriate words, and engaging in character assassination. So that's also a very important element. And if we go by that experience, as you know, during the elections we had close to 650 rallies, campaigns, mass appearances, and only in 12 of them there are very limited number of altercations, I should say, because it didn't even go to the level of fighting. Only 2 injuries were reported. And this is new for Liberia. This is the first time that everybody wants to remain within the law, expressing their disagreement without engaging in violence to show that disagreement. So that, based on that, I see no reason for us to be worried. Now that brings us to your second point, that should the Supreme Court decide to order a rerun, would that be a reason for us to worry? Now the Supreme Court can only take one of these 2 decisions, either to ask for a rerun, once they're convinced that the first round of elections were marked to the extent that it invalidated it, and it denied it legitimacy and integrity, and therefore it has to be reorganized. Once they're convinced to go that path, then the group that didn't want it will be unhappy, of course. However, there comes the role of the leadership of the political party and of the followers of that party, including the international community, to make sure that the same courage that they have expressed throughout this process by remaining law-abiding, peaceful, that same courage will be displayed in accepting the decision of the ultimate authority, which is the Supreme Court. Commitment to that important principle of the law is very, very important. We would expect all parties, losers and winners, to respect the decision of the Supreme Court. We will be also exercising our good offices to make sure that they are constantly reminded of the expectation of the international community, and you as media, I'm sure, will be saying exactly the same thing. This is the court ruling. and this is the ultimate authority, we'll just follow it. There would be, of course, an odd person here and there who would be expressing anger, but then the majority of the society would be stronger than those agitations. I think Liberia has come of age. I think Liberia is demonstrating every day evidence of their maturity in their strive to strengthen their democracy in this country. Therefore, I believe that even if there is a decision that one or the other party would not like, they will all be behaving in a civilized manner and remain law-abiding until the process is ended. Now, in connection with faith, good faith or bad faith, it's a matter of perception. If a process is staggered and prolonged beyond a certain time limit that is perceived as a dilatory tactic, then the perception will be that this is not for the purpose of attaining a legitimate objective. It is to frustrate the law from being fully implemented. But that's a perception matter. You don't have an instrument by which you could measure the degree of faithfulness and unfaithfulness in the process. So let's leave it to those who will be expressing that disagreement. I call that everybody should have a legitimate cause and act in good faith in pursuing the legal process, does not accuse anybody. It is just an expectation that I'm sure is harbored also by the vast majority of the Liberian people. The law itself is meant for the purpose of avoiding bad faith activities, so it is also in conformity with the expectation of the law itself.